So in this video, I'd like to give you an update to what's going on with the federal student loan forgiveness program that Biden and Harris had announced last month. I did a video on the original kind of announcement that happened, but there's been a few updates and a few new dates and information that's come out that I'd like to make sure that you know about so that you know exactly what to do and you're ready to go when the time comes. My name is Paris Clough, and this is Financial Self-Reliance. I absolutely love helping people manage, protect, and grow their money. And in this video, one of the most important things we can do is learn how to manage our debts. Our debts are part of our net worth, so we need to know how much we have in assets, we need to know how much we have in liabilities or debts, and then that helps us determine our net worth as an individual. And the student loan is something that's really critical to know and manage and keep a track of. And right now, the government, Biden-Harris, have created an opportunity for people to have a loan forgiveness and cancellation of up to $10,000 if they have a regular student loan and up to $20,000 if they got a Pell Grant. And so we're going to dive right in here. I'm going to share with you the website that you need to go to make sure that you're getting all the updated information. I'm going to share with you 4 things at the end here that you're going to want to really need to know and really pay attention to. So the first thing I want to do is take you over here to federalstudentaid.gov. So I'll put a link in the description below for you. It's federalstudentaid.gov, and here it says popular topics. Clearly, learn about the one-time student loan debt relief. This right here is where I would click here, and then it will take you to first of all, the original announcement is right here. I did a video on that. I'll link that up here so that you can watch that video, but this is the original announcement. And then over here is what you need to know now. This is the new information that's come out. So there's really 3 things that they want you to do here on this page here. Number 1, check if you're eligible. You're eligible if you're a single person and you made less than $125,000 in 2021 or 2020. So if you're married and you made less than $250,000 in those same years, then you're eligible. So it's $20,000 in debt relief if you received a Pell Grant in college and meet the income requirements. It's a $10,000 debt relief if you did not receive a Pell Grant in college. So the next thing you want to do is to prepare to be able to make sure that you are eligible and or that the government knows you're eligible, is to make sure that you are on their log into studentaid.gov, which is another website that you can go to. And when you log in there, obviously you have to have a password, you have to have a username, you have to have an account. So register your account there, get that information, and then that will tell you how much you have in debt, what you have in Pell Grants, what you don't have in Pell Grants, etc., etc. So let me show you my wife's federal student aid program, and I brought this dashboard up here, and it says my aid. She had total loans of $39,000 and grants of $20,000. So literally my wife had $20,613 in Pell Grants. I didn't even know that. That's super cool because that means that now I might be eligible to have up to $20,000 taken care of in this particular case. So that would be really cool to be able to have $20,000 of our student loan taken care of. The other thing is up here, it says loan forgiveness. So student loan debt relief. If you click that button right there, it'll take you back to this other page here where it talks about the one-time student loan debt relief and what you need to know and checking if you're eligible for that, and then also what you need to do to prepare. Now, I also wanted to share with you this website, this particular website here. It's ed.gov/subscriptions. I'll have that across the screen probably, and then also I'll have that in the description below. Okay, so what you do is you come here and you put it in your email address, and then you click on all the notifications you want to be notified about. And clearly, new federal student loan borrower updates. That's the one I clicked on. So you click that, you click the box down here, data privacy policy, and then you click next, and then that signs you up for any notification. So as the Department of Education comes out to notify any updates, any changes, any new dates, any new notifications about when the application is going to be online and ready to go, you'll already know because you'll have that notification process set up and you'll have that email. Or even actually, if you go here and you check into you go here and you check into your information, or you go to my settings. If you go to your settings, then you can actually enter your cell phone number and they will text you notifications. So it's important to make sure that your student aid, and this is the website here, once again is, it'll be in the description below, but it's studentaid.gov. So studentaid.gov, and then you log in and then you make sure that all of your information is up to date so they can continue to send you notifications. Now, a couple things to really consider. There's really 3 or 4 things that I want to make sure that you know about before I let you go. And the first one is obviously you want to make sure that you're eligible. And so how do you know if you're eligible? Well, you've got to go back to your 2020 taxes and your 2021 taxes, and you need to make sure that your gross or your adjusted gross income is under the threshold. So that's $125,000 for a single person or less, and $250,000 for a married person or less. So if your income is more than that, there's no like graduated, you get a little bit, you get part of it, there's no like prorated amount. Unfortunately, it's an all or nothing. And so if you're over that, even $1 or $2, you don't get any aid or any assistance at all, any forgiveness at all. So that kind of sucks. The other thing to realize though is that some of you, and probably in my case too as well, I pay a little extra as well, but some of you are on what's called an income-based repayment program. So down here it says I'm in repayment, and so you talked about right here, apply for, recertify, or change your income-driven repayment plan. If you're currently in an income-driven repayment plan, they already have your income information because you're on the income-driven repayment plan, if that makes sense. And because they already have your income information, you're probably going to have it. You probably won't need to apply because they will automatically know that you qualify because they already have your income. However, it's important to remember this. If your income has changed, since you did the income payment driven plan, you might have to make sure that that's updated. The other thing is that you will be notified for sure if that's something that if you fall underneath that particular situation. So make sure that you sign up and you make sure your contact information is up to date so that you're notified properly, because the last thing you want to do is you want to say, well, I'm on the income driven repayment plan, I make less than that, for sure they're going to do it. And then you find out, well, that there was some glitch in the system and they didn't actually have your income information exactly the right, and you could have gotten this and you didn't because it now has passed the date. The other thing that I want to make sure that you realize is there's a couple of dates to consider here, is that early October, which is basically when I'm releasing this particular video, it's going to be in the first couple of days of October of 2022, you're going to have the opportunity to, the application they're saying is supposed to open up and be available to start. And so make sure you sign up for notifications before that so that when it's ready, you are ready to go. Now they want to make sure that everybody has applied for this loan forgiveness before November 15th. So November 15th is not very far away. It's, by the time you watch this video, it'll be the big first week of October. And then who knows when you're watching it after that, probably. But you have until December 31st of 2023 to actually do the application and get that application happening. So they say it takes about 6 weeks. So from the time you apply to the time the amount of money is applied to your loan, it takes about 6 weeks to do. And so one of the reasons why they're saying make sure you do it before November 15th is because that's when the loan repayment pause is lifted, and January 1st of 2023 is when you're going to have to start paying your loans again. So if let's say you have a Pell Grant and it's $15,000 and you apply for this in December and you don't get it, you're going to have to start making payments in January. Well, if you would have just applied for the loan, it would have been forgiven by the time the payments started again, and then you wouldn't have had to make a payment in January. So do you see what I'm getting at here with why it's important for you to get it done by November 15th so that you actually have the forgiveness settled, done, your account is closed if you owe less than $20,000 on Pell Grants, if you owe less than $10,000 on other types of loans or student loans. That way your loan's cleared out and you don't have to actually start paying in January. Now, if you wait, you're gonna have to start paying, and then maybe that, in some cases, for example, in my case, you saw my balance, it's almost $40,000, so $39,000 and change. So I won't, even with a $20,000 Pell Grant forgiveness, which I might be eligible for, or a $10,000 forgiveness or cancellation, I should say, I'm still gonna have money to pay. I'm still gonna have to do some things to pay down the rest of the money. And if that's your case, or if you're in that same situation, what's gonna happen to us is that they're going to re-amortize the loan based on the new dollar amount, based on the income-driven repayment plan, if you're on one, and then you're going to just pay off the new loan amount with the new payment plan that you're on. So that's good to know, because sometimes you might say, well, what am I going to do with the rest of the money? It's not going to be the same payment as it was before. They're going to probably lower your payment now according to the new balance that you have. So that's something that's really good to know. All right, so the last thing I want to make sure that you know about before I let you go is that you want to make sure that when you're filling out the application, you get your 2020 and your 2021 taxes in a place where they're easily accessible, whether they're printed out in front of you or whether they're on a PDF on your computer screen right in front of you, because they're going to ask you for certain information on that tax form, certain lines that they're going to ask you to look to be able to input that information on your application. So make sure that when you're filling out the application, you are ready to go, so that way it's easy for you to fill out and you can get it done quick. So in summary, just make sure that you are going to the website, getting the notifications, making sure that you're following up and you're staying aware of what's going on, so that you can make sure that you get that application done before November 15th to get the cancellation before January 1st, which is when the payments start again, so that you're good to go and you're ready to go for the next year, and your loans, hopefully your loans will be taken care of and paid for. If you haven't watched the first video that I did about this, go ahead and click that, and it'll be in the description below. So if you missed the last video that I produced, you can find it right here, and it's when I got monetized, so I'm super excited to have shared that. Go ahead and subscribe up here and find this video up here that YouTube thinks you might like. Until the next time, have a great day.